Well, my friends, we were just about to complete the opening story mission of the Final Shape campaign, and then the game crashed. And that has been a problem widely reported, and it's been, you know, complained about on various social networking platforms and forums. So I think what is likely to happen is for me having the need to replay the whole thing from the beginning. So let me just have a look. I can't actually carry on with my stream for too long as I'm attending the D-Day commemorations here, which are full of dignitaries, and everyone needs to kind of get ready for that. It will start at 8 o'clock UK time. So I need to get ready for the special event. It's 80 years since the D-Day landing, and it is quite a day. And there's been a lot of events in Normandy today, in Dunkirk and the surrounding areas, with lots of dignitaries, inclusive our own king, attending and doing the speeches and doing what is necessary on such on such memorable and highly significant historic day. And I will be participating with those commemorations here in my town very, very shortly. So that's the reason. That's why I can't carry on. But I do want to see how far we got with the campaign and everything. And let me just see. View journey. So we did have a look at this. Open director. Pale Heart. Yeah, it looks like we would probably have to go in there from the very beginning. Curious to see whether it will be bringing me back to the end, or we'll start from the beginning. Well, the game crashes have been widely reported, so that's the reason as to why we were not able to complete.
That's the tower.
Yeah.
That's our tower. Before Gaul destroyed it years ago. Wait. I'm picking up a Vanguard emergency transponder. It's faint, but it's not far from here. Someone else must have made it through.
Just as expected, I'm being brought back to the beginning of this mission, and unfortunately I can't carry on with this tonight. So as you've seen, I can't call it a showcase, but our presentation of the Final Shape was somewhat rattled by the technical issues that are plaguing this latest Destiny 2 DLC still, 2 days after the game was launched, and it's kind of spoiling the experience, I have to say. You have this excitement, you want to try it, and for me, I was quite happy and excited to have been able to get in eventually after all the trouble today, 2 hours of waiting, and then we were not able to complete because towards the end the game crashed, and I actually had a couple of messages coming from PlayStation indicating that something's seriously wrong with the game, and I need to be taking some screenshots, to just obviously an error within the game itself. So if anyone is experiencing something similar, don't panic. It's just purely normal. The game's not functioning at all at present, and as you could see, many technical issues which will be hampering the overall reception. I think it's tragic. If we are to believe Paul Tassi, and I think we should, he is a top reviewer, and he loves Destiny. Played it for more than 10 years from day one. Always has very interesting news related to anything Destiny related. he did say that the campaign is the best of all, which is very likely. But I think we'll have to be patient. We'll need to wait until all these technical issues are resolved, and maybe in a couple of weeks we'll be able to have a walk through and experience the campaign as we should. And by that time, maybe I'll purchase it. I just think that not pleased with what I've seen today in some ways, as Bungie are trying to monetize yet again aggressively. Not pleased with the way the Echoes stroke seasons were given to us. We were told about a complete overhaul, and today we've heard that yet again we are entering the seasons that are divided into 3 chapters. There was no mention of the seasons. We heard that seasons were to end. They'll be sunsetted at the end of the last season, and we're all kind of working hard to get all the loot and complete the content, and then suddenly we can see that it doesn't look much different. The difference is in the price, which had been increased, so you have to pay more for the season compared to what you've done for the last one, and I think that is going to be quite negatively received, as well as the bundles. The bundles are, if you watched my stream, again, priced accordingly, and in the bundles there are some items which perhaps are not fully necessary, and we'll need to just carry on and see how everything unravels. I think generally the problems we experienced are going to be tarnishing the overall success of the expansion, and it will be definitely of grave concern to Bungie leaders and shareholders that this is still taking place, right? So I was able to get back in after this update in view of the fact the game crashed, but still not, you don't have the sense of satisfaction or elation that you should have as you're reaching the final section of the saga. And I feel sorry both for Destiny and for the guys working. I'm sure they were trying their very best, but the rule of thumb needs to be, if your game's not ready, don't release, delay. It's as simple as that. And I think every developer needs to know that. In the present day and age, the live server games that are not fully functional will be very, very badly received. And you've seen that with lots of different games and titles that released in recent years. Where things did not work, it was very, very difficult to patch it up and bring the same group of people back to play it. And that's the sad state of affairs that such problems really cause. As well as the news the other day I've heard from CD Projekt Red that they stopped working completely on Cyberpunk. So I guess after launching the first expansion and after improving the game and making sure that it worked properly and it had the content which they originally desired, they're just departing from the title. And they already are working on a new game with a completely different IP, and that's disappointing as well. I mean, I thought Cyberpunk will have continuous DLCs and additional content and various things that people are expecting, and the game has a huge number of followers. I think it had affected particularly the cosplay community in a way like no other. I think maybe Baldur's Gate, Elder Scrolls, and Cyberpunk, they've got the greatest number of cosplayers, and it's a huge capacity both to monetize, to develop, but I guess the team in there probably had enough, and they worried that further works would perhaps accrue additional liabilities or problems. They wanted to just leave it at the point where the game really worked, and that was managed and completed with the latest expansion. I think it's Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk, and still the game is very expensive. It's been out already for a number of years. You cannot get it less than £20, and I think it's again something I would question. And if you want to buy together with the expansion, it costs you about 40. So I mean, all these companies are trying to monetize, but in view of what I've seen today, there are things that I'm quite happy with. But at the moment, at this stage, with the game crashing, with the game not functioning, not delivering what was promised, it's a bit like sour grapes. I walk away with a bitter taste. I'm not going to this wonderful commemoration, and what am I taking away from the game? Disappointment. It just didn't seem to work for me. The gameplay was interesting, and incomplete. So I couldn't really do whatever was intended. And anyway, we'll carry on tomorrow. We'll see how everything goes, and hopefully the game will work better as we return. I hoped that the game would have been definitely patched up by today, 48 hours after its initial release, but that's definitely not the case. And if you're wondering what's happening, just go to Bungie Help on their Twitter. There are loads of postings in there coming from Bungie indicating continuously doing the maintenance, continuously doing the patching, continuously working on the tech side of things, and then many thousands of negative comments and views coming in from the community worldwide. And that's just really, it's terrible. It's not something that anybody in that creative team would want to see. And somebody is responsible for that. At the end of the day, they need to know that there are problems which simply cannot be allowed to happen, and they're preventable. And these problems are preventable. So anyway, we wait and see. And we'll carry on as usual. And I've not gone to the level at which I can see both the Pathfinder and Prismatic as yet. But maybe as we complete the first mission, we'll get to some of it. We'll need, we'll see as we come back tomorrow. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, most importantly, for supporting my charitable fundraiser for Mind Charity. Keep them coming. Make sure you either donate or follow or share, spread the news. Make sure many more people get to know about the charity and then contribute. All of that will be greatly appreciated by myself personally, the charity, and also by the service users. So thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. I wish you all a very, very good night, and take care, and see you all tomorrow.